On Iran, there are already members of Congress, prominent members, who are calling for increased sanctions to accompany this extension in the nuclear talks. During the round of talks that has just concluded, the president had threatened to veto any such new sanctions from Congress. Is that veto threat still valid and active now that the administration is asking for another 7 months to wrap up these talks?
Well, Josh, we continue to believe that adding on sanctions while negotiations are ongoing would be counterproductive. And the reason for that is pretty simple. It's important for people to understand how the sanction regime works. The United States Congress deserves credit for this aspect of the strategy. They put in place a very tough sanctions regime against Iran. But that sanctions, the effect of that sanctions regime was multiplied because of the diplomatic work that the administration did to get other countries around the world to abide by that regime. So basically, you had American diplomats going around the globe urging their counterparts in other significant countries, some of whom buy much more Iranian oil than we do, saying, hey, we need to abide by this sanctions regime so that we can resolve the broader international community's concerns with the Iranian nuclear program. And that required very difficult diplomatic work. But that is, I think, a pretty good illustration of how Congress and the administration can work together to maximize the impact of these sanctions. The concern that we have is that layering on additional sanctions could leave some of our partners with the impression that the sanctions regime is more punitive in nature than anything else. And that could cause some cracks in that international coordination to appear. And that would therefore undermine the point of the sanctions regime in the first place. So